great Wednesday evening, March 17th, 2021. To God be the glory for yet another closing of another day. His faithfulness is real. His love, His comfort, His peace. And we would have gone to Proverbs 17 and Joshua 10. And I'm going to pass it to Timotheus because he said that there was a verse that spoke to him. And we'll listen.
Verse 2.
Verse 2, one version says, a wise slave will become master over a son who acts shamefully, and he will share the inheritance with the brothers. And another version, the King James Version, says, a wise servant shall have rule over a son that causeth shame, and shall have part of the inheritance among the brethren.
Yeah, I like that because it's just a good reminder to respect family and to not think that because you have family, you should treat them any type of way. Because there's a stranger that can treat your family. If there's a stranger that can treat your family better than you do, then that's a problem. And you shouldn't get too comfortable with like behaving in any type of way with family and using the excuse that like blood, makes you close or something, or excuses that type of behavior.
And we know that this is really appropriate for what's going on in popular media as far as the situation with Kirk Franklin and his firstborn son, an adult young man, 32 years old, Curion Franklin, and just able to hear the side of his mother, Sean, and all sides of them. They have a great partnership, a great working parenting partnership among the three of them. Sean, who is Curion's natural mother, Tammy Franklin, which is Kirk Franklin's wife, and then Kirk. And they just, were saying how there has been a challenge since Curion was a young man, middle school, and just so strong-willed and what have you. Listen, we know that there are three sides, right? His side, their side, and then the truth. God knows what is the real deal. God understands that there is a lot of pain in a lot of situations when their parent is not there, living in a home, and misperceptions and what have you. But in verse 1 of chapter 17 of Proverbs, it says, better is a dry morsel. That means just barely anything. Dry bread, crusty, the end piece. Better it is to have that and quietness therewith than a house full of sacrifices and riches, and have all this in place in a home, but if there is strife, there's no peace. And God is the author of peace, and He wants us to be able to live in peace no matter what is going on around us. So when we might have a Curion in our household or in our family, teaching, you see a lot of them that are baking, and they're not full grown, but you could see the tendencies, right? And then, like I said, the parents said that they are guilty too in their realm of life, because the mother was saying if you were to record a conversation in the past, you would have heard some things that she would not have been proud of. All of us could say that. We have said things that was not glorifying to the Lord, and we were operating out of humanity and the flesh. So what do we do when we have that battle, when we have these big Goliaths? Well, the Lord promises that He would fight for us. And we know in Joshua 10, it talks about the story where the 5 kings came against Gibeon, the Gibeonites. And the Gibeonites, as you know, rallied with the Israelites. So they became the woodcutters and the water carriers. And the Gibeonites were, of a large territory. Well, the 5 kings came against them, and, the bottom line, this is the story where Joshua commanded resources that the Lord gave. He was able to tell the sun to stand still and the moon. And hailstones were coming down from the mountains, fighting the battle. Don't you know that God can use anything, any element out here to make us realize that we're already victorious? Even in domestic situations, in employment situations, if we are a child of the King and we listen to the Lord and we obey and follow him, let the Lord fight our battles. Don't get caught up. We know that the enemy wants to, be glorified and have us cussing out and everything. No. We want the Lord to be seen in every domestic situation, in every situation. And God will show and give us those elements to help us so that we will be able to live in peace. Not only rest in peace, right? But we can right now, presently, live in peace. So let's rely on the Lord. Let's follow his plan. Let's be of good courage. Be strong in the Lord. And you will see that every battle has already been fought and we're already victorious. Amen. Have a wonderful evening serving the Lord and enjoying his rest.